So going into this episode, fighting a dragon with several horkers nearby. Sorry to have to do this. Fortunately, he's breathing ice. I did it. Sorry about what happens to the horkers, but I couldn't afford them attacking me while that dragon was there. I need this for, I think it's bend the wheel. Yeah, bend the wheel. Nice to get some freedom every now and then. And I've got the dragon soul I needed to. There's one big bird. I had the dragon soul I need to do that next part of the quest line. Otherwise it would have been to head back to Skyrim to hopefully find a dragon there. Fighting is a bandit or not. Keep your eyes on Scald from the looks of it.
If the Allmaker favors us, we will eat well for many days. May your eyes be sharp and your aim true. So I need to try this on the Windstone. And ideally before they start losing their ability to protect themselves.
lurker's going to appear, and it's going to put everyone around them in a lot of danger. At least I don't have to fight the dragon again. Just thinking. Sure, I don't have it. What shall I do? The Storm Atronach will help out a lot. I don't know if I can dual cast it, but I'll give it a try. I don't even have enough for a regular one. Alright, so Wrathman. Ditto. Well, this man will have to do. And I can also summon Arvac.
Here in his shrine.
Here, we toy. That we might remember. By night, we reflect.
Arvac can help distract as well. The reason for both is to help protect those people. Since that lurker is going to go after the first target available. Going into a wounded state. Thank goodness. So I can't have Arvac and the Bowman at the same time. Alright.
What happened? The whole village is here. What sorcery is this?
You all right? You look like you might be sick.
That means I picked up a disease somewhere. Point is, they're safe now. The danger to this village was apparently that stone. It looks like they might only have a certain amount of range.
You have prevailed. I can feel it. So it is. You have proven yourself an ally to the Skull, and so the Skull shall be allies to you. If you have released the Windstone and broken the hold on my people, perhaps you can do the same for the rest of Solstheim. I doubt it will fully stop whatever Miraak is doing, but it may slow his progress. I cannot help with that. None here can. You will need the knowledge Miraak himself learned. You will need to learn more about this Black Book. Miraak had this? This does not look like something of the Dragon Cult. It is a dark thing, unnatural. I would have nothing to do with it. But the dark elf wizard, Neloth, he came to us some time ago, asking about black books. I believe he knows a great deal about them. Perhaps too much.
Probably.
Seek him out to the south. Be cautious, Dragonborn. There is something else at work here. The power of the stone had been corrupted. It was the source of the influence that had taken control of the Skull. Your shout broke whatever evil will controlled the stone, and restored its true nature as a conduit of the All-Maker's gifts. Freeing the other stones will diminish whatever dark influence is spreading across Solstheim. Yes, there are 6 sacred stones. Wind, water, earth, beast, sun, and tree. Through them, the oneness of the land is maintained. Freya saw that the tree stone now stands imprisoned in Miraak's new temple. I doubt that you can free it until his power is broken. But you may be able to cleanse the other stones. Even if this does not stop Miraak, it surely will delay his return. As shaman of Skull Village, I serve as both a guide and a healer, as well as a keeper of traditions. I also remind the Skal to live as one with nature, and to honor the will of the All-Maker, so that we will be worthy to join him in death. May darkness never touch you.
It is a comfortable house. Small but nice.
For many years now, I have attended to Storm, learning his ways. It's good that our people are now free. We can attempt to restore balance. It was Scarf the Giant, our former chieftain, who taught me the ways of battle. He was a great bear of a man, and a fearsome warrior. I used to be terrified of him when I was a little girl. I was a restless and angry child, and Scarf taught me swordplay, so that I could, as he used to say, put that fire to good use. He was a great man, and a good leader. I miss him dearly. All-Maker guide you.
May the All-Maker protect us from whatever dark power took control of the Skal. Well, my mother used to say that I was born an angry child. It's true that my heart has always been restless, and fighting was the only way I could find peace. I was a soldier for a time, and then a mercenary. But I was never truly happy until I came here. Well, the dragons are a constant danger, but so far they have taken little interest in our village. Thank the All-Maker for that. But have they forced us to change the way we live our lives? No, not at all. They are but one more hardship, added to the many we already endure. Farewell.
The weapons of the Skull will never be dull, as long as Baldur Ironshaper tends the forge.
All right.
I welcome you, friend of the Skal.
The elders talk of Great Sig is much bigger than our village. But why would anyone need so many buildings?
I have goods to offer if you have need. Many hunters pass through our village, and sometimes the Dark Elves of Ravenrock visit us. They bring us things from their homeland that we can't find on the island, such as spices, fine cloth, and ores that we cannot mine here. It's true we Skull prefer a simpler life than some, but we do still enjoy a luxury from time to time. Among other things, I have some fresh bread I baked this morning, and vegetables from Finna's garden. Until next time.
I came here to study the history of Solstheim, but it's the Skull who intrigue me the most. Oh, no, most certainly not. I'm a historian. I'm here to learn about the history of Solstheim. Solstheim is a fascinating place. We know so little about its past. There are many mysteries that remain unsolved. Yes, that was a most disturbing experience. But to answer your question, the architecture was strange, almost otherworldly. Given that, and the considerable power it must have taken to affect our minds so completely, it would suggest the work of a powerful mage. Either that, or perhaps a Daedra. If so, then may the Nine protect us. Powerful and malevolent entities who make their home on the plane of oblivion. Some of the more powerful among them can exert their influence within our world, and when they do, men inevitably suffer. Well, let me think. I suppose it's been nearly a year now. My goodness, how the time has flown. Well, not so far. They think I'm a bit strange, but they seem to tolerate me. In fact, they've been very accommodating, hospitable even. They seem happy to talk about their traditions and history. Take care now.
There was a great brown bear on the slopes the other winter.
I welcome you, friend of the Skull.
Watches us each night, always moving closer. As the ashfall worsens, land and water are poisoned. The animals have less to eat.
The ash from the Red Mountain has made the land sick. We
The
had better
elders talk
do
of Great
something
Sig
about
is
it.
much bigger than our village. But why would anyone need so many buildings?
Think of killing a beast. I am called Wolf Wildblood. I am first hunter of the Skull. The first piece of wisdom I teach to any hunter of the Skull is to ask the simple question. Should I truly kill this beast? We take only what we need, and so we preserve the oneness with the land. The Skull hunt not for sport, but to survive. We believe that all creatures have a right to live as they will, and when we take what we need from them, we thank the beast for its gifts. The less we disturb the land and the beasts within it, the more we respect the wishes of the Allmaker. Deer, bear, and horker provide most of what we need for skins and meat. Sometimes, when the wolves grow too bold and threaten the village, we must hunt them to cull their numbers. When we stalk large game, I lead our hunters in tracking the beast. It is also a way of saying that I am the most skilled hunter in the village. I doubt that an outsider could truly understand, but I hope my words have helped to answer your question. In days past, my brother Thorkild and I would share the hunt, but that was long ago.
Something happened there.
I wish I could tell you. He had a wild gleam in his eye, more so than most. In my darkest times, I fear he fell in among the werebears of the glacier. Twisted beasts, a curse at Hircine. True bears are noble and great creatures of the wild, but the Daedra have no skill for creation, so they defile the Allmaker's workings. I've heard tell of men who, by curse or by heart's desire, become transformed into one of those vile things. It is a pitiable fate, and one that I fear has fallen to my brother. He set off from here so long ago, it's hard to say. Could be in Hammerfell for all I know. If you happen to cross his path, be wary. He was a fierce warrior as a man. If he fell prey to his more bestial side, it could be deadly. He never felt the call of the Allmaker, as I do. As we all should. We seek to live in peace with the land. But he had an eye for dominance and strength. For unnatural strength, you'd need look no further than the beasts of this island, mangled by the Daedra. It's not a fate I would wish on anyone, and not what I wanted for my brother.
That's probably not going to turn out all that well. Hey, and thanks for watching. I'm back in Solstheim for Skyrim. Seems I've got a couple of places I need to visit. And if I do that one, there is also a small village I saw where it looked like a refugee camp. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but we may need some help. Yeah, right here. I'll take a look at it on them, see what help they may or may not need. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. From there, then I'll start taking out these stones, and that hopefully will help out. At least free a number of the people from that stone's control. Seems like a hunting camp.
Got any meat?
Getting down here.
Farewell.
If you hear about the Reeklings, just tread quietly around my sister.
Okay.
Unless you can help, leave us in peace. What's going on here is that we've been kicked out of our home. The mead hall, up there on the hill. Some Reeklings have taken it over. With tenacity and numbers. It didn't help that we'd grown a little too comfortable up there. Too much mead, too many stories, too few battles. Are you offering to help? Some new blood should be enough to rouse these layabouts to actually fight again. Well, let's move then. I don't really have time for this. Longer than I would have liked. I wouldn't call it that. We've just got a bit of an infestation is all. Down here to catch our breath, and then we'll be back in the hall once I get the rest of these up to move. Riki, we're just out here temporarily, to regroup. Good day. Hey, you lazy milk drinkers, get over here. I know you're all starting to settle in here and keep up the fat lives you've got used to up in the hall. But look here, this outsider has more fire than any of you. All I had to do was mention our little infestation, and he volunteered in a second. I don't want to have my spirit outstripped by some wanderer, so let's get up there and kill us some Reeklings.
I'm gonna have to keep him alive. Okay, there's the hall.
Did you hear something?
The last of them.
The rest of them must be inside.
Go here.
Last of them.
They even made themselves a little throne. Looks like they've been here for some time.
Ah, that was almost exhilarating. How are you feeling? Good to hear. In fact, that's just the spirit I'll need from my second. Do you want to come with me? To Rothmund's Barrow. I need to get his blessing again before we take up residence here. I'll need a witness and, well, you see the kind of horker brains I deal with around here. What do you say? Well, let's not waste time talking about it then.
Beastone is just ahead. I'll do that while I'm here. Creature from a plane of the Bolivian. Tied to those black books. Forgot to... Oh, only once a day. Summon a werebear. I'm wondering what the wind one does. There's a tree one.
Far from ourselves.
That's interesting. They're not really armed.
Someone there?
I think the description was they've given themselves over to the hunt. So it really doesn't matter who I am to them. They will pretty much consider me a target. much of a danger to leave behind me. Especially 3 of them in such a small area. One of them alone is pretty dangerous as it is. Seems like the limit. I have to find another way up. Maybe here.
Are you ready to go inside? The burial place of Rothmund, who founded Thirsk. He brought a group of true warriors away from the soft life of the Skaal to know the wilderness, to feel the sting of cold and of steel. I know that sounds a little silly. It's just the way it's written in the books, and that phrase has always stuck with me. It's pretty simple. Rothmund's axe is in there with him. Anyone who attempts to take hold of it has their spirit judged by Rothmund himself. No, nothing like that. He doesn't need to battle us to know us. He's always watched over Thirsk and sees us from beyond. And in my case, since he's already deemed me worthy, it will just be a matter of him remembering why he blessed me before. Really. All you need to do is watch. Let's not waste any time then. Come on now, no time for chatter.
Okay, that's strange.
there it is. So I just need to take hold of it.
You seek my blessing for the leadership of Thirsk Hall?
I do. It is I, Bujold. You blessed me in the past, and now I've rid the Hall of Reeklings and returned it to its rightful owners.
And well it is that this has happened. But I have always watched, and know that it was your softness that led to your own exile. You allowed your fellow warriors to grow weak, while the dangers around you mounted.
Then, the leadership is not mine?
No, nor is there any among you fit to serve. For a band in the wilderness, it is better to have no leader than a poor one.
That was a little embarrassing. Ashamed, but I guess that was the point. I need to return to Thirsk. No matter what Rothman says, we need a leader, and I'm still the best person for that. Look what's happened to us so far under his watchful eye. He gave his blessing to all the leaders who brought us to this point. Anyway, he's dead and we're alive. It's time to begin a new tradition for Thirsk, and I'm going to do that. All I need is for you to back me up. You don't even need to lie. Just don't tell anyone else what you heard here. Good. See that you do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a hall to lead. We have enough problems around here without having to build that blasted thing outside. Thanks for helping us wake up and move off it.
Does have one point. And they are the ones that are still alive, so hopefully they'll maybe making better choices in the future, and don't get run out by those little creatures again. Hunting cabin, maybe? Whoa. Exploding spider. That does ice damage. Does a lot of ice damage.
He grows ever near to us.
Do your work. Victory is yours.
I'm taking damage from a caster. Dragon. Shoot, I forgot. I may not be able to call Dunadir. We had to take out that cultist.
Miraak, help me. Mercy! You won't win.
This dragon.
Maybe dead now. But where did it come from?
It may be dead now, but where did it come from?
I will never.
Come from?
Alright, the people here are alive, fortunately.
Hope our shipments are still good. How long has it been?
In all my years, I've never seen such a thing.
When the tide goes, we'll go with it.
I'll drop off the extra scales and bones that I picked up in my house in Raven Rock. Then I can free the people from the rock that's, or the stone that's there. It was a bit of a surprise to see a dragon all of a sudden appear like that. Even more interesting to see that the dragon priest absorbed the soul. Before I could. Which means I probably just made it him a little bit stronger. Once I turned all this stuff in, at least dropped it off. Yeah, it looks like something attacked this with fire. And have a couple places I need to look at. Cleaning that mine back there that is bypassed. There's a stone I need to destroy. I don't want to do that unencumbered. Over encumbered, I mean. Ooh. Also, what I'm carrying is arrows. Taken with 2 melee, for the most part, this dagger and this blade. Quite keen to read that book. Fortunately, I can return immediately.